Some strong performances by local runners was just part of the highlights on the 37th running of the TNT International Marathon. When the dust cleared, Cantius Thomas was third overall and Jae-lan Evans was the second female to cross the line, while the top places went the way of the Kenyans once more, as Ruskin Mark explains.
Kenya and marathon running seem to fit like a hand in a glove, and at the 37th edition of the TNT International Marathon, it was proven true once again. Stephen Njurog was back to defending his title and was very present at the line early this time after he and his older brother almost missed last year's race, which the younger Stephen won in 2 hours, 23 minutes and 4 seconds. The question was, could he repeat as champion a year later? And minus his brother Simon at his side to push him along this time, the answer came swiftly enough, as Stephen surged early and took fourth place finisher of a year ago, Brian Morsman of the United States. With him, they would dominate the race from there and no one could catch them. Not too far behind was another American-based Kenyan in first-timer Grace Kahura, who looked quite at ease as she surged to the front and never looked back. The absence of Leah Keglin, the defending women's champion of a year ago, meant that there wasn't anyone with a pedigree to challenge her, and she was literally running against the clock. Eventually, Njurog got a little breathing space from Morsman and maintained that for a fair distance, entering Port of Spain with the same cushion and looked a clear winner barring a major mishap. Similarly, Kahura had the jump on the other females in the race and was well ahead. But it was fellow Kenyan Njurog who would hold on to his title despite a vain attempt by Morsman to claw back some crucial real estate at the end to make things interesting. But the Kenyan won in 2 hours, 27 minutes and 26 seconds, way slower than a year ago, with Morsman jumping 2 places from last year to come second in 2:27.26.
Today is more easier, not competitive like last year. Yeah.
Cantius Thomas, who was running his last marathon event, turned in the performance of a lifetime when he was the 3rd male and 4th runner overall to cross the line, clocking 3:05.55. Just ahead of him, Kahura crossed in 2:53.50 and looked a comfortable winner with much more in reserve as she hardly broke a sweat.
I did a lot of training prior to this race. I train in Boulder, Colorado in USA, so I do a lot of long runs and workouts.
TNT's Jae-lan Evans was 10th overall and second among females with a time of 3:29.07, indicating that this was just an extended run for her as she is eyeing bigger and better things down the road and was just saving herself. Ruskin Mark, TNT Sports.